So let's consider again what you see in the sky and see if we can explain why the wandering stars, the planets, seem to do the weird things they do. To summarize the weird things they do: 1, they don't stay put in one constellation, and 2, some of them are faster while others are slower. Both of these things are very nicely explained by a model, the model of the solar system. The idea here is that the sun is at the center and all the planets are going around it. That's why we call it the solar system. Sol in solar system is Latin for sun. It's helpful to think of each planet as something like a race car going around a giant racetrack, with the sun being at the center of that racetrack. When you think of it that way, you can imagine why the wandering stars wander through the constellations. It's because they're planets in orbit of the sun. Like race cars around a racetrack, they're moving. The stars in the constellations, on the other hand, it would seem, are not moving. And the stars are so far away that they appear like a background. The reason we came up with this model was because it neatly explains everything we see in our sky. If the planets are moving, like race cars around a racetrack, then we would expect that if they appear as little dots of light in our sky, they wouldn't stay put in one place. Remember, they're moving, so they would appear to do things like this. If the planets are moving like race cars around a racetrack, then we might also expect that some of them move faster than others. So if you watch here in this video again, you can see how the inner planets, where the arrow is pointing, move a lot more quickly than the outer planets. It turns out the closer a planet is to the sun, the faster it moves. So the model of the solar system, or what we can think of as the racetrack concept, makes a lot of sense. When we look in our sky, we see here's 2 wandering stars, Mars and Saturn, and Mars is a little bit closer to the sun, so Mars is going to appear to move faster through our sky each night than Saturn does. And when we watch and look, that's exactly what we see, just like this. Most of the ancient Greeks never in a million years would have imagined that the Earth was itself one of the wandering stars. That would mean that it was moving like a race car around the sun, and it sure doesn't feel like the Earth is moving. How is it possible that we're moving and yet it doesn't feel like we're moving? Well, that is a completely different topic, which we're not going to talk about. And that topic is the start of a whole new science called physics. You should study it one day if you're curious.